President Pilkington. My brother's crying now because you shouted at him. I wish you'd have made my daddy wear a crash helmet.
Why didn't you make your daddy wear a crash helmet?
Well, he won't listen to me because I'm not in charge of society.
He didn't listen to me.
Yeah,
but... It seems like a bit of a numbnut, to be honest.
No, he did listen to you.
What did he do
because
for a
you made a
living?
new rule saying people don't have to wear crash helmets.
Right. What,
and he listened to you.
Did he pop shoes on in the morning when he went out? Or do we need to be here to tell him to do that as well?
No, there's certain things.
So he has got some common sense then.
Well, he's enough, yeah.
Oh, right, interesting. So he can be bothered with his trainers, but he can be bothered with helmet.
I haven't got a daddy.
Jesus.
Wow, you are cruel to this kid.
It's just this. All I'm saying is there should be a leaflet.
I don't even know how he got in number 10. This little kid.
The thing is,
but he's got in. You should have at least a courtesy to listen to his point.
Forget all. I'm sick and tired of having adverts on the telly. Don't smoke. Wear an helmet. Slow down. Watch your kidneys. Look after your liver.
I haven't seen that one.
Now I don't know why. Why can't they just put a leaflet through saying, hello everyone, use your common sense?
Yeah,
that's all I'm asking.
Because some people don't have common sense.
Everyone's got common sense.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
That's why there is a government. If we let people, they'd be fucking idiots. They'd be eating turkey Twizzlers and fucking watching Big Brother and X Factor all day, and then letting their kids run riot in the street.
They are doing. Some families do just eat turkey Twizzlers.
Yeah.
There is little knobheads on bikes playing out till God knows what
exactly.
hour. So it's happening anyway.
But that's no argument, is it? It's happening anyway. That's no argument, Carl. It's what we've talked about here. Social responsibility. The reason people get into politics is because they feel it's their obligation to change those things. This is your approach. I wash my hands of the whole affair.
Yeah, I don't like the people who don't wear a helmet. Sort of they do themselves in, and that's cleared them off. That's one problem sorted.
So you think you're being Darwinian? You're thinking survival of the fittest. The idiots will soon, but they don't, because they're not just the victims. The dead person isn't the victim. It's the a very good example is okay, we've talked about it before. You know, people who smoke know that it's dangerous. We know now that smoking gives you cancer, but why is that still legal? And yet people know that and they still smoke. Fat people know that they're going to get out of breath and clammy, and yet they still eat more. They get depressed, they're eating more. They know that they're going to be constipated for a year and a half, but they're still shoving in chocolate cake instead of carrots.
But because that's what I'm saying.
Why don't we stop them? Why don't we stop fat people eating? If you've got a smackhead and you really love him, you intervene, you grab him, you put in a cupboard, you go, you're not coming out. He goes mad for about a year, then he thanks you for it.
Yeah.
So lock fat people in a cupboard and just put carrots under the door. What?
The thing is, there's got to be some responsibility.
Can't grab Ricky, there's a cupboard over there.
You've got to take some responsibility, haven't you? Now, if it's your own fat kid, stick him in your cupboard. But what I'm saying is, as a counsellor, I'm not spending taxpayers' money on cupboards to put the fat kid in.
So, back at the Chosen 500 in ancient Greece, right, you're one of them. What other things?
I like that saying, the one about do to others as you'd like to be treated yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Pop that on a leaflet. Pop it through the door.
But you seem to be doing a lot of leafleting. That seems to be your entire governance seems to be guided by popping leaflets through doors. And I get a lot of leaflets, so I presume the rest of the country does, and it's not always working. So maybe sometimes you've got to instigate something a little bit more strong-minded than fucking leaflets, my friend.
Yeah.
You've got to make a couple of laws.
Every individual can go, how would I want to be treated? Well, I'd want someone to throw cake at me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a greedy bastard.
I would want someone to steal my telly.
I'd probably start on the way you look.
Right, go on.
I'd just say, right, make an effort, tidy up your house, and I'd have some sort of.
I'm poor.
Doesn't matter. You can still tidy up.
Can we get better houses then? Because
look after the one that we've let you.
Yeah,
get rid of that old mattress that's in your garden there. Clean the windows, and then we might give you a nicer one. At the moment, you don't deserve anything nicer. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to be honest with these people. Wake them up.
I like that. Sure, you've got to be honest with them. You've got to wake them up through heavy leafleting.
yeah.
But do you see the problem with some of what you're saying, Carl, is that it's very hard to enforce that in law, because it seems unjust and unfair. You can't really start legislating against people's looks or whether they want. I mean, you have to keep your house tidy. I mean, who decides how tidy it has to be? It's the tidy police. I mean, that's a strange.
Well, hold on though. I like wearing sort of these denims. It expresses who I am, and I like wearing a beard because I just think it's natural. I don't really like shaving, and I like this sort of smell. I like this smell of BO. That's who I am as a person. So how can you impose that on me just to be part of society? Who are you to infringe my rights as an individual?
What do you want out of life?
Well, no, I think I just like to say I don't want to conform. I don't want to just shave and wear a suit and
Right.
I keep myself to myself, and I like to just grow a beard and eat porridge with my hands. I'm not hurting anyone, so I don't know why I have to conform to that society.
Well, there's nothing I can do for you. You're wasting my time, really.
Although I do feel ill, I need to go to hospital now. So I'm gonna go to hospital now if that's all right. Is there care for me?
Well, what's up with you?
I've got diseases from like eating with my hands, and there's things growing in my beard.
Right.
So will you clean that up for me now?
No, because it's all been brought on yourself.
Well, no, but that's irrelevant. A lot of people bring things on themselves, but you can't just like ignore them because it just pass on. It's a bad society.
So how do they learn then?
I don't know why I'm being punished for being stupid.
How do they learn then? I don't understand why I've got to worry about you.
I've got
I've got proper ill people.
well,
You had a kid whinging at me this morning because his dad was a mong.
Obviously, is that something you feel we should bring in here?
Yeah, I think we've got to. I don't know about one kid. I just sort of concentrate on who can have a kid, as
Okay.
opposed to if someone's got a load of money and they're good at looking after kids, let Madonna have as many as she wants. But if it's someone who's
but then
So social engineering, you want to?
but hold on.
But what use are they then? If you're bringing them into a poor family, what's the point? What good is that for anyone? It's not good for the people who've had the kids.
So
it's not good for
who's
the kids who can't have
deciding
it.
who's allowed to have how many kids? Are you
but
deciding?
I was brought into a poor family, wasn't I?
What?
I was brought into a poor family.
Yeah, no, I'm talking really poor.
So third world.
No,
What, poorer than that? Poorer than no money at all?
no, somewhere in the middle again. You've gone too far the other way.
Okay,
Why has it
so
always got to go the other way?
Cornwall.
I just mean like the people who I've told you about on the estate sometimes, who had that one who chased cars and stuff. He wasn't happy. They didn't care if he was there or not. What's the point?
Right. So hang on. So let's imagine that Ricky and I are husband and wife. We've come in, right? What's your questions to us to establish whether we are allowed to have a couple of kids?
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for
Me
coming.
and my husband, we can't have children.
Why not?
Because he's got no sperm at all.
Okay.
He had one sperm and it was ridiculous. It was awful. It just came out like a dead anchovy.
Right.
And you're meant to have 300 million tiny ones, and he had one big one. It was horrible. I had to pull it out. It was like a leech. And also it was no. I haven't got a vagina, so there was no place to
Completely
put it.
smooth down there, like an action man.
Yeah, it was just that. I don't know. But we love children, and we wondered if we could have a child.
What do you do for a living? What do you do? What's your work?
I'm a rapist.
Right.
And I dispose of the bodies.
Right. Well, fill out this form.
I should have clarified that. A rapist murderer.
Fill out the form.
He does it in the wrong order as well, I must say. So, no, number of times I've disposed of the body. Said I hadn't made that one.
I just wondered what else you need to know about us. Because even though
That was our little joke, by the way.
yeah,
he
well,
doesn't
of course
rate
not, of course
it.
not. I work in an office.
He works in an office in the town.
But
I'm a housewife. I
She's
think
a
that
housewife.
I'm making a little nest for when we adopt a little child.
we don't earn a great deal of money, but we're good parents.
We're
we
very
think.
good parents.
What's that based on? How
Well, we're good people, you know. I mean, aside from a few naughty jokes.
We're God-fearing people. We believe that God is watching all of us, and we believe in the Old Testament.
And sometimes he tells us to kill and rape.
yeah, sometimes he does. Yeah, particularly. We've stoned a couple of homosexuals this week alone.
We're joking again.
We're
of
joking
course.
again.
Or just a joke, just
We
a
don't
joke.
believe in God. We're from an atheist and believe that our time on earth is all we have, and then when we die, we become worms, mate.
Right. Well, you filled out.
But we've already painted the back bedroom. That's ready for the little
We
child.
painted it black
Yeah.
because we want our child to be a Satanist.
Right.
Joking again.
Little joke
Joking
from
again.
us. Little
We want him to be an accountant,
Right.
Yeah.
gay accountant.
Some would say the same thing. Only joking, of course.
I think there's too much in society where people are pressured to be heterosexual, so we're going to try and make ours a homosexual. So we don't care whether you get a homosexual or a heterosexual, but I tell you, by the time he's 14, he will be as queer as the Ace of Spades.
Right. So you filled out the form.
Fill out the form.
Yeah. We'll pop that in, get it processed.
Right.
Okay, but what kind of questions are you going to ask us?
None really.
No,
Just my job.
you're happy. You're
My
happy with
job
us.
to pass the forms on.
We've passed the interview.
Because that's the sort of world we live in now.
Oh God!
We don't want a child. We don't want a child, actually.
But do you know where we could buy a knife?
talked about the little fella planting a tree that he will never sit under. He's given that to the next generation. Okay? Now, big discussion about donor cards. Of course, there's no reason not to give your kidneys away after your death, to all your organs. They're no good to you, and you'll be helping life. It's perverse to me that you wouldn't want to donate your body to a worthy cause after your death. Medical research, whatever. You agree with that, don't you?
Well, you know how I feel about it a little bit. I don't like the idea of certain bits.
Why not? What does it matter?
Just because there's certain bits that are really personal to you, aren't they?
No, there's not. What bit is more personal than another bit to you?
Well, like I've said, my eyes. They're my eyes. They see stuff I like.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if someone else has them, and they start looking at stuff I don't like? I don't like the idea of that.
But that's ridiculous, because your eyes they're just bits of tissue. Then they haven't got
No,
your
but we
cognitive.
don't know, because they found
do
out
know.
there's something called cellular something or other that I've told you about the person who had
Right.
some sort of operation and looked like in Yellow Biscuits. I've told you about.
Yeah, but that's bollocks.
It's the same
you
thing
told
with
us
the
about
eyes.
it, but I dismissed it as bollocks immediately.
but-
Not just because you said it, because it was intrinsically bollocks.
No, but it could work the other way anyway, where
No.
the person who has my eyes starts like looking at ants and insects and stuff. I'm
Right,
like,
it's all
carry on.
bollocks. Again, this is all bollocks. Got none of your memories, none of your thoughts, none of your reasoning, nothing of you, none of your personality. They're just a collection of cells that now have light going through them and making this new person see. They're a lens. They're a lens. That's all they are. So there's no reason why, you know, this was the crazy thing, isn't it, when people started saying that they wanted their organs to go to a particular race of person, and obviously that's illegal. Also, it shouldn't be the choice, really. I think you should have that opting out, that you have to say that you don't want your organs given after, and if you die, then they assume that those organs are up for grabs because there's a shortage. So what do you think of that?
Like I say, they can have certain bits. They're not having the eyes. I think that's
Nice.
fair.
What can they have, the cock and balls?
I prefer it if they didn't.
You're saying no one's going to have my eyes or my cock and bollocks.
What if
ever.
the tables were turned?
Yeah.
What if someone said, Carl, you've lost your cock and bollocks in a terrible accident. It's alright, we put some flowers at the scene of it. It's brightened that area up. But we found a donor who's happy to give you his cock and bollocks.
He's dead, but his cock and bollocks we kept on
Would
ice.
you accept them?
They're absolutely lovely match.
Better than yours.
Yeah.
Bigger, younger.
Yeah, go on then, I'll have them.
You'd have
So,
them?
but then you wouldn't donate yours to someone
But
else.
what about this? What if you discovered later, right, that the person who donated the cock and bollocks, right, was a sex pervert? was a homosexual sex pervert?
I don't think though that I'd bother looking into the history of these cock and bollocks.
You
It's
just
not
accept
like you know.
You accept them willy nilly, but what if you just found out by
That was
chance?
his name. That was his name, willy nilly. That was his stage name. And
What
he'd
if
come
you
on and
found
show
out
him off.
by
and they-
chance?
How do I find out by chance? What's the scenario?
They
there?
say, well, the doctor goes, I should tell you, and I know you believe in a load of shit about Yellow Biscuits and bollocks like that, so I'll just tell you in case anything goes weird, this was a sex pervert's cock and bollocks, so if you find that you're sticking these through letterboxes, don't worry, it's not your fault, it's where they wanted to have gone. That's
Would it concern you if you accepted the cock and bollocks that had a past like that?
Yeah, because the problem is, it wouldn't be that bad if I had his eyes,
Right.
why?
because then I'm seeing what he wants to see, and
That doesn't
that's
make
what
any
it-
sense at all,
But
Carl. It
unfortunately,
makes no sense at all.
If the match is wrong, the eyes don't go with the cock and bollocks anymore. So something's going to lose out here. Either the cock and bollocks, they're not going to get what they want anymore, or the eyes are going to be upset.
So are you scared of the idea, to go back to your Yellow Biscuit analogy, that the cock and bollocks you inherit, that whatever the previous owner did with them,
Lives on.
that scares you, does it?
Okay, there's one final scenario here, Carl. Okay. You haven't opted out, so your organs go to where they like. Now, unbeknownst to you, there's a big waiting list. There's a thing. They've got all your details, and you said, yeah, whatever. I don't want to know. You wouldn't want to know, would you, after you die, where it goes? You say, I don't, because you've said you don't want to know. If you don't know, you have a lovely life. When you die, they can go anywhere. They can do what they will. Okay. Now, unbeknownst to you, they have got it down. They've donated your arse, right, for use to a gay rapist with AIDS. Okay, so they are saving a life there. So when you die, they go, right, it's still warm. Get that gay rapist with AIDS round here, because that's going to stop him raping someone and give him AIDS. He comes round, he's straight up there. He's shagging you, right? You're basically saving a life, right? By letting him know.
Sorry, I'm confused here.
What?
Why is the gay rapist with AIDS got the arse?
No, he's still connected to Carl. They've donated the arse. So when Carl dies, the doctors go, right, we're going to stop a terrible thing here.
So the gay rapist can shag the arse?
He shags, goes round, he shags Carl, gets out of his system and goes, phew, that stopped me.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, so
it's just Carl's disembodied arse on the...
No, it's the whole Carl.
Carl's dead?
So Carl gets struck, he's having a heart attack. They go, free, clear. They go, no, we've lost him. At 10:01, they go, oh, he's a arse donor. And they go, okay, where's the nearest gay rapist with AIDS live? Next door. Get him round here. They go, okay, the gay rapist comes round and goes, where is he? Right? He goes, there he is, right? So Carl is face down. Now they turn him over, they go, there's the arse, you've got 10 minutes, then we've got to bury him.
I'm surprised you didn't know this guy was living next door.
So the gay rapist gets on top. He goes, right, this is lovely, right? He's loving it. He's shagging you. Right now, this is the weird thing. The doctors next door go, okay, the gay rapist will be finished soon, and then we have to bury him. But we should inform his next of kin. They go, oh, it's Suzanne. They go, your husband's dead. He's out of touch. She goes, oh my God, come round and just identify the body. I'd leave it a couple of minutes, but then come round. She goes, oh God, I'll be right there. So Suzanne's on her way. The gay rapist, right? He's pummeling you away, right? But you will not believe this.
Oh my God.
The movement and the way he's shagging you, right, has started your heart. right?
This is a stroke of amazing good fortune.
Right? So you go, he goes, right? He, right, has a heart attack. Right? And he flops down on you. He just like headbutts the back of your head. So now, you're both naked, this gay rapist is up your arse, he's dead, right? The shock, so you go, fuck me, how can I get out of this, right? You wriggle, you fall onto the floor. So now, he's on the bottom, face up, you're on top of him, he's still in you. His cock is up your arse, you're sat on him, wriggling, Suzanne walks in, goes, Carl, what the fuck are you doing?
She's heard about me being dead, and because she's come to the hospital.
She goes, and they go, he's in there, and she goes, he's not dead, I can see him. They go, oh, because it's terrible. She bursts in, there you are, on top of him, wriggling to try and get his knob out your arse, right? You're sitting on a man who's dead. What do you say?
I'd just say we got a John Beeper.
Very hard, isn't it, to imagine yourself at a different period in time and how you would have reacted. Now, if you think about America in the 1950s, black people still very much second-class citizens. You've obviously heard of the famous Rosa Parks incident, in which she was obliged to move on the bus from where she was sat to somewhere else, and she chose not to, and she was arrested for it. It became very much a sort of figurehead of the civil rights movement. Had you been travelling on that bus,
what would you do?
Am I far from where I'm getting off?
So once again, you can't just nip out at the next stop so you can wash your hands of the whole affair. No, you're on that bus, you've still got a number of stops. You live further away than Rosa does because you've got a lovely big house, whereas she doesn't have a lovely place, she can't afford it. So you've got to stay on that bus. You've seen this now, you've seen this bus driver demanding that she gets up, gives up that seat. Maybe she's given up that seat for you. Maybe you've got on that bus as a privileged white man and she refuses to get up on your behalf.
I'd probably go, it's alright, I'm standing, I'm alright.
But why would you say that? Because you're thinking of the modern day car, you're not thinking of the man from the 1950s.
Well, the thing is, we don't have to go back in time. We can go to a country now where you'd see an injustice, where you were outnumbered by the law of the land. What if Suzanne wasn't allowed to sit with you on buses? What if now a law came in that women were second-class citizens and she can't come with you? You're sitting with me.
I'd say we're only going around the block. We've been to the shopping centre. Be home in 15 minutes. Can you take that bag with you? Because there's no one sat next to you down here. I'm a bit crammed in up here. There's more blokes on the bus.